What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into NXT from June the 4th, 2024. An okay show. And we are going to go over the predictions for Battleground. So we kicked the show off with Ethan Page. He shows up late. Ava and Mr. Stone. They're waiting on him to sign the contract. And Ethan Page tells Ava that he's ready to discuss business. So this leads us into our first match of the night. Jordynne Grace defeats Stevie Turner via the Juggernaut Driver. Roxanne Perez was on commentary. And then post-match, Jordynne Grace, she shoved Roxanne Perez. And it seems like they were going to fight, but Roxanne Perez got out of dodge and bounced out. So this is fine. Moving on. So Trick Williams, he runs into the Last Legend and Jakar Jackson in the parking lot. Thankfully, Trick didn't get hurt. So Trick apologizes for what happened last week. He's wondering where Ethan Page is. Last said she hadn't seen that coward. Trick says that he's going to knock all that ego out of Ethan Page. Last Legend tells Trick that it's over, then that they're done. She needs to focus on becoming the first ever women's North American champion. Trick says that he's happy for Lash. He just needs her to lock in and do whatever it takes to get that title. Trick says he's going to handle this Ethan Page situation. So this is fine. Trick handled the breakup situation admirable. Yeah, very admirable. So that's fine. That's fine. It sucks that it's over between them, but, it is what it is, I wish that the storyline would have gone on longer, but it's fine. Moving on. What's not fine? Shawn Spears. Ugh. Want to barf. So he's talking to Javon Evans and other cats from the NXT Performance Center. And Shawn Spears is amazed by Javon's athleticism. But there's so much more to learn in so little time. Josh Briggs tells the PC talent to listen to a word. Don't listen to a word that Shawn Spears has to say. Josh Briggs is upset that Shawn Spears called him a lost soul and that needed guidance. Shawn Spears says there's a lot of potential in Josh Briggs. But saying it and probing are two different things. Josh Briggs calls Shawn Spears a manipulator. Shawn Spears says that this is a prime example of how you are unable to answer a simple question like who is Josh Briggs. The only thing that Briggs is showing the world is his insecurities and misguidance. Okay, this is fine, but I don't give a shit about Josh Briggs and I don't give a shit about Shawn Spears. Moving on, so this leads us into the Women's North American Championship Summit. It ends in a generic brawl, and all the women were just talking shit about each other. That's all what really happened. Mr. Stone came out and he made a 6-woman tag for the main event of the show, which is fine. So whatever, it is what it is. Moving on. So Charlie Dempsey, he's backstage talking to himself in a mirror, along with the rest of the No Quarter Catch crew. So Charlie Dempsey has been in a Tony D'Angelo style type trance for the last couple of weeks. Charlie Dempsey wants Damon Kemp to make him proud and bring the Heritage Cup back to the family. And Charlie Dempsey forces Damon Kemp to say the word capiche. This is cool. I like this. But Miles Bourne does not need to talk at all, period. Zip it. He should be mute. Zip it. Moving on. So this leads us into Jasmine Nix defeating Thea Hale. So Jasmine Nix wins via the Pele kick. Ridge Holland was out there. Before the match even got underway, Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne, they turned their backs on Thea Hale. They weren't going to come out, and then they ended up Duke coming out in the match. They didn't cause anything, no distraction or anything like that or whatever, so nothing came of this. I guess this is still leading up to the breakup of TSU, where it's going to be Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson eventually facing off against Ridge Holland and Andre Chase. Okay, that's fine. Should be pretty cool shit when we get to it. Moving on. So, Ethan Page is coming out of Ava Rain's office. He said that he's been enjoying talking business, but he wants Ava to look over his demands. Ava tells Mr. Stone that dealing with Ethan Page has been a nightmare. Moving on from that, the Good Brothers, they got into a fight with Nathan Frazier and Axiom in the NXT merchandise truck outside of the Performance Center. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I don't give a damn about the Good Brothers, though. They suck. Moving on, Sean Spears, he beats up Josh Briggs with a steel chair. Sean Spears tells Josh Briggs to get up and show him something. And then Sean Spears gets into a massive brawl with Javon Evans. And Sean Spears is about to go for a pedigree on the non-stable, but Evans counters that into a back body drop, and then he hits a springboard cutter, which is great. But Sean Spears kind of no-sells it. I'm like, this fucking sucks. No. Moving on. So, Sarah Schreiber had a backstage interview with Tony D'Angelo. How does he feel about defending his Heritage Cup for the first time? These Heritage Cup matches are very unique, but it wasn't his kind of express. But he's come to like the taste. So that's not his type of espresso. My bad. There was a typo there. Sorry. Apologize for that. Lucius told Donna everything about the catch clause. The family is now in control. So Tony D defeats Damon Kemp. He wins in round 1 and round 4. Okay, this is fine, but I'm tired of this damn Heritage Cup type shit. Can we move the fuck on with this? Like, really? Let's, do something else. Moving on. So, Kelly Kinnaid had a backstage interview with Ava. She wanted to know how the contract negotiations are going with Ethan Page. Ava just wanted him to sign the contract in her office just like everybody else. But Ethan Page insisted on signing it from the crowd tonight. She said there's stuff that she needs to approve of before he starts considering himself NXT superstars. Trick wants Ava to give Ethan Page whatever Trick Williams wants Ava to give Ethan Page whatever he wants. If Ethan Page wants to sign a contract in front of the world, Trick Willie will make sure that pen hits paper. Okay, this is fine. Moving on. So Jordynne Grace, she reunites with Mi Chen, a.k.a. Mia Yim. And then Jordynne Grace introduces herself to the locker room. She's embraced by Ruka and everything else. So Miss Parker, Jada Parker's fine ass. So she said she's tired of all the ass kissing going around. Mi Chen says she's going to put a muzzle around Jada Parker's mouth soon. So Ariana Grace joins the conversation. She says they're not related, that being Jordynne Grace and Ariana Grace. Despite having the same last name, Ariana says that she's pretty sure that Roxanne Perez is not happy with the idea of Jordynne Grace becoming a double champion. They're very close friends. Tatum Paxley loves talking about championships. Jordynne Grace says that the TNA Knockouts World Championship is the most important thing to her. Ariana says that her crown is more important. So Jordan walks away, and then Tatum Paxley gives us a hint that she wants a shot at the Knockout Championship, which is fine. I actually like this. I'm actually a fan of this. This is great. I would love to see Tatum Paxley TNA. I think she would kick major ass. This is great. So that's fine. They could either do it on NXT television or they could do it on TNA Impact. Either or is fine. But I think people are overreacting, thinking this is going to be a real forbidden door. It's not. This is just something for Jordynne Grace. I don't think that we're going to see, like, Moose and other guys from the system show up. That's not going to happen. We're not going to see Jill Henry show up and all that. We're not going to see ABC show up. We're not going to see the Rascals show up and reunite. That's not going to happen. So, get that out of your minds. Moving on, we had a really good video package. Hyping up Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice. Really good segments from both of them. Moving on, so Natalya was defeated by Izzy Dame. Natalya stood in for Carmen Petrovic, who got injured at a house show over the weekend. I'm not sure if it was Saturday or Sunday, but anyway, Carmen Petrovic is going to be out for a little bit. So we wish her a speedy recovery. So, Natalya losing, which is fine. But again, Shawn Michaels, can we not use Shawn Spears, Natalya, or the Good Brothers, please? Let's move on from those people, please. Moving on. So, Axiom and Nathan Frazier, they're not backing down from the Good Brothers. They plan on kicking their asses on Sunday and leaving Las Vegas as still the NXT Tag Team Championships. Tag Team Champions, my bad. So, Gallus, they attack Tyreek and Tyson. They take them out. They're supposed to have a match, but it never it never came into fruition. So Gallus comes out. They cut a promo. They start talking about the problems that they've had and everything else. Joe Coffey starts twerking or whatever. And then, they talk about, how they would get more opportunities if they knew how to twerk and if they had 1 million followers and everything else. So, they're not here to be social media influencers. They're here to be professional wrestlers. And so, they said they're still going to win. Joe Coffey's going to win the North American Championship. So, Oba Femi comes out. He said it matters not. The numbers don't matter to him. The outcome's going to remain the same, which is great. I love Oba Femi. Wesley comes out and he said he's going to get his championship back. He has to go through 3 angry Scottish men who are hell-bent on mayhem. And so, Gallus digs up Oba Femi, and then they take out Wesley in the process as well. So, alright, pretty cool, I guess. Pretty cool. Again, Wesley is better with the Rascals versus being by himself, but it is what it is. Moving on. So Wendy Chu got another vignette. She's going to be making her re-debut next week, which is fine. We'll see how this second reiteration of her character will go. It sucks that Boa and Xia Li are no longer there. I wish that they were still there. They could revert her back to her old character when she was with them, when she was playing the witch, the old lady. But it was revealed to be her. But I wish that didn't occur, but it is what it is. Such is life. But again, this should be fine if there's an end goal to all this. So we'll see what Shawn Michaels decides to do. Moving on, Lexis King got into a massive brawl with Dante Chen. And so next week it's going to be a Singapore cane match, which is great. Nice. Because Dante Chen is from Singapore. Should be fun. Moving on, the main event of the evening. 6-woman tag. Last Legend, Fallon Henley and Klein Jordan versus Jada Parker. Miss Parker. Versus Michin, a.k.a. Mia Yim. Versus Soruka. Basically, it was total chaos. It all started breaking down. Everyone started to turn on everyone and get into a massive fight. And this allowed for Soruka to hit the Soul Snatcher on Last Legend for the 1, 2, 3. This is okay. Moving on. So, the closing segment. So, Ethan Page does officially sign with NXT. So, basically, Ava was out there. She wanted Ethan to get this signed so they could just move on. And so, Ethan Page says that he calls the shot. He said, there's a bunch of perks he's going to get, and nobody else in the locker room is going to get. He said he doesn't give a damn. He said they know that NXT needs him because they've lost about 8 talent, and he's the guy that can fill the shoes and the void of those guys being gone, basically. And so Trick comes out, and Trick wants Ethan Page to sign a contract so that way he can get what he wants, and the same thing with everybody else. They want Trick to whoop Ethan Page's ass. He's been with NXT for a little minute now, 2.0 to be exact. He says that he's got a few boys in the back that's been with him this whole time, and the crowd's always had his back. And so Ethan Page and Trick Williams, they continue to talk some more, and Ethan Page said that he's been paying attention to Trick when he was with Carmelo Hayes. He said the spotlight was on him, and he knew that Trick was always in the shadow of Melo. And he said he wants the spotlight. He wants the championship. He wants all the glory that Trick Williams has. And so basically, Ethan Page ends up signing the contract, and the match is official. It's going to be Ethan Page versus Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. And this is fun. I'm actually down for this. This is great. I'm interested in seeing where this goes. So, basically, Ethan Page promises that he's going to end the Whoop That Trick era, and Trick Williams is like, no, it's not going to happen. I've been here for a minute, and I'm going to still continue to be on top, even after Sunday. And that's how we end the show. So this was fine. I enjoyed this little promo segment. This was great. Now let's get into the predictions. 6 matches on the card. So let's go with Shayna Baszler versus Lola Vice. NXT Underground. My pick to win that is Shayna Baszler. It makes the most sense. Moving on, the triple threat for the NXT North American Championship. Oba Femi versus Wesley versus Joe Coffey. Oba Femi is going to retain. And after this, Oba Femi needs to start being in some one-on-one feuds. I'm so tired of the damn triple threat matches. Fuck that shit. We don't need any more multi-man matches involving Oba Femi. No, the guy's too damn good. He, in due time, will be NXT champion. In due time. Moving on. Gallus and Anderson, the OC, they're going to defeat Nathan Frazier and Action to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. And I'm pretty sure that maybe, just maybe, I hope that the Motor City Machine Guns, hopefully they show up and make a surprise debut. I think that would kick major ass. Moving on, a match that I'm looking forward to, that being Jordynne Grace versus Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. This could go either way. I'm going to go with Roxanne Perez winning, though. And then maybe Jordynne Grace gets her win back at Slammiversary, maybe. So maybe Roxanne Perez, wants to come after the TNA Knockouts Championship. I think that's what they might do with that. So that could be pretty cool. Moving on. The ladder match for the NXT Women's North American Championship, the inaugural ladder match. Oh boy, this is going to be kind of a wild ride. So Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jada Parker, Miss Parker, Mia Yim, aka Michin, and Kalani Jordan. The only veterans in the match are going to be Fallon Henley and Michin. That's it. Everyone else has been wrestling for about a year to 2 years. Oof, this should be fun. My pick to win is probably going to be Ruka. Why not? Everyone else is just there just to be there. And then the main event, Trick Williams versus Ethan Page for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams is going to win. I'm pretty sure this is going to just kickstart their feud. Trick really needs some feuds after this thing's over with Ethan Page. They may have to call and bring some guys back down to NXT, or I don't know what they're planning. But Trick needs some feuds like nobody's business. And so once this feud with Ethan Page is over and done with, we'll see what's next for Trick Williams. But NXT was fun. It was okay. I'm going to go over the predictions one more time. So, the OC, they're going to win the NXT Tag Team Championships. Roxanne Perez is going to retain her NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler is going to win NXT Underground. Femi is going to retain the North American Championship. So Ruka is going to win the ladder match and become the first ever inaugural Women's North American Champion. And Trick Williams is going to retain the NXT Championship. But what did you guys think of NXT? And what are your predictions for Battleground? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.